My name is Susan Maloney. Thank you for joining me today for Christina Phipps Chair Yoga. I hope that we'll be leading you through this class that will help you relax in ways that you didn't even know that you were holding tension, and just feel a little more relaxed and rested when we get finished with this class. As always, this yoga practice is yours. So I want you, while I am going to instruct you on poses and things that I would like for you to do, the primary thing is to listen to your body and make sure that you're doing the right thing for your body today. First pose we're going to do is a seated tree pose. So making sure that you're in a nice supportive chair, preferably without wheels. We want something that's not going to move on us. Come forward on the chair as far as you feel comfortable. I want you to always feel supported by the chair, and we don't want anybody falling out of the chair. The first thing we want to do is ground our feet into the floor. Think about 3 press points on the bottom of your foot. The mound behind your big toe, the mound behind your little toe, and the center of your heel. Press these 2 points on your feet into the ground. As you do this, you'll feel activation in your thighs and possibly even up to your core. Go ahead and keep your core muscles engaged. Lengthen your spine so that you're stretching your head towards the ceiling. Broaden your shoulders. And pause here for a moment. Place one hand on your chest, one hand on your belly, and let's just take a few moments to just breathe deeply, feeling the air come in and out of our body. The air comes in, you'll probably feel your hand that's on your belly rising. That's how deep a breath I want you to take, so that it's not just the breathing in the top of your chest. You're taking air all the way in down to the bottom of your lungs so that you're moving the hand that's on your belly. Inhale through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. Again, do what's comfortable for you. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Take 2 more breaths. Release your hand. We'll start with the head movement. So just gently lower one side of your head, your ear towards your shoulder. You'll feel a stretch on the opposite side, neck and shoulder over here. If you like to extend that stretch, you can extend your hand, your arm, your hands pointing towards the ground. Feel that stretch. If you'd like a deeper stretch in your wrist, you can make a fist and flex your wrist so that you're taking your hand towards your forearm. Release that. Come back center. And then we'll go to the opposite side. Ear towards your shoulder, feeling the stretch. Extend your arm. And for a deeper stretch for your wrist, go ahead and make a fist with your hand. Pull your hand in towards your forearm. Release that. We'll come back center. Return to the first side. that. Come to the second side. Ear towards shoulder. And to extend the stretch. Extend your hand out, palm is facing towards the ground. You can either have your fingers extended wide, stretch that way, or make a fist and flex your wrist in towards your forearm. Release that. Come back center. Now just turn your head towards the right. Come center. Turn your head the opposite direction. Come center. Turn your head towards the first direction. Come center. Turn your head to the second direction. Come center. One more time to the first direction. Come center. Last time to the second direction. Center. Bring your chin towards your chest. Your gaze downward, directed towards your knees or your toes. Slowly bring your head back to center and continue to lift your gaze, but don't take your head back any further than where your gaze lands on where the wall and the ceiling come together. Don't want you lifting your head too far back, just a slight lift is all that we want to do. Come back center, chin towards chest. Come center, make sure you're continuing to take deep breath. Lift your gaze, remember no further than where the wall and the ceiling meet. Come center, down one more time. Lift your gaze, one more time. Come center, shake out your arms, maybe move your shoulders around, move your head, yes and no. And now we're going to work with our shoulder blades. Go ahead, press your hands into your lap, lift your spine tall, interlace your fingers, press them out as far as what's comfortable, and slightly round your back. So this is what it looks like on the side, rounding on the back. And come back center. Open your arms. This is what it looks like on the side. Arms open. We've got arch in our back. Center. So we're going to move through cat and cow. As you're doing this movement, pay attention to how your shoulder blades feel. Come back into the arch back, or in cow. Our shoulder blades are coming together as we bring our arms forward, interlace our fingers, push forward. The shoulder blades separate, go out to the sides, shoulders. Just move through that movement, however it feels comfortable for you. Just noticing your shoulder blades. One more time. Cat and cow. And then come back center. Place your hands on your shoulders. And we're going to draw circles with starting from our shoulder blades. So you're really feeling the movement. Once again, of your shoulder blades coming back, apart, and coming together. Coming apart and coming together with this movement. Reverse direction. Taking deep breaths and noticing your shoulder blade movement together and apart. Then pause when you're down. Lift one arm up, one arm down. And now we're going to move like we're in a swimming pool, taking a breaststroke. So this is working on our mind-body connection. Not only are we moving our body, our mind is having to think about how we move our body. And then stop in the first direction. Once again, challenging our mind-body connection. And when that feels complete, come back to your seated tree pose. Remember, that's our feet pressing down into the floor, activating the muscles in your thighs, up into your core, extending your spine long, head held high, shoulders broad. And just pause here for a moment and see if maybe your neck and your shoulder blades feel a little different than when we started. Go ahead and lift your hands up, and we're going to deep breath in. Throw your hands towards the floor. Might be folding your shoulders. Roll your shoulders back and down. Now we'll prepare to move a little further down. We're going to do some side bends. Make sure you're secure in your chair and it's not going to move on you. You can press one fingertips towards the ground. Lift one arm up as far as what's comfortable for you. And then side bend with your fingers stretching towards the floor. Now your gaze could be down at the floor, or if it's comfortable for your neck, can lift it up and look towards no further than where the ceiling and the wall come together. We're just going to flow from side to side, pressing your down arm, the downward arm towards the floor, lifting your chest, feeling the stretch here on your side body. You can continue that movement, or if you'd like a little deeper sweat stretch, go ahead and take your upward arm and you can move it back just slightly so that there's a slight twist in your trunk. Move with your breath. Make sure that you keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. One more time on each side. And then come back center. Now we're going to do a twist. Place one hand on the opposite thigh, on the outside of the thigh, and just turn your chest, let your shoulders and your chest towards the side of the room. Your hand that you're turning towards will go on the arm of the chair, the back of the chair, wherever it's comfortable. But I want this movement to come from your spine, your shoulders. I don't want your arms to force you into a deeper twist than what you can naturally take yourself. And come back center. Now we'll go to the opposite side. Hand on the outside of the opposite thigh and twist. Remember to breathe. Come back center. Twist back to the first side. Center. Twist to the second side. Center. And go back to the first side again. This is the third twist that we've done towards the side. You may find that your spine is getting a little looser and you might be able to twist a little further. Once again, just using the strength of your body. And if you're comfortable, go ahead and direct your gaze over the right shoulder or whichever shoulder you think. Release that. And twist in the opposite direction. And if it's comfortable for you, you can direct your gaze over that shoulder. Back center. Shake out your arms. Tap your legs. You do a couple of cows and cats just to stretch out your back. And now we're going to move on to our legs. I want you to interlace your fingers underneath one of your legs, so it's right behind your knee. And using your arms, not the strength of your leg, lift your leg up so that your foot is off the ground. You can flex your foot or point your foot. Do be careful not to do any extreme muscle pointing or pointing of your toes, because it can cause cramping here. We want to avoid that. So using the strength of your arms, go ahead and move your thigh through range of movement that you have on your hip joint. So this is our arms using our ball and socket joint, not our leg, not the strength of our leg causing it to move. Go ahead and reverse direction. And bring that leg still, but still holding it up. Go ahead and move your knee. Just flex your knee. So bring your leg forward, your foot forward, foot back towards the chair, forward and back. So we're lubricating our knee joint. Place your foot on the floor. And we want to massage around the knee. We're just going around the knee. We don't want to move the kneecap. Massage the knee, rub down your leg, rub up the thigh. We just want to encourage the blood flow around the knee. And lift your leg up again, and now point and flex your foot. Remember, taking care not to cause your foot to go into a muscle cramp. So nothing too extreme here, just pointing and flexing your foot. If you do get a cramp, I find the easiest thing to help that is just press it down into the floor until the cramp passes. But it's your body, and you know the best way to handle a cramp if you get a cramp in your foot. And go ahead and draw circles with your toes. This is causing our ankle to rotate. This move might feel awkward because our ankle does not move in that kind of direction very often. Usually we have shoes on our feet, and it's just not something that we think about moving our ankle that way. Reverse direction. Good job. And now we're going to go to the opposite leg. Interlace your fingers underneath your knee. Lift your leg up so that your arms are supporting it. And with your arms, draw circles with your hip joint, working on the ball and socket joint of our hip. Reverse direction. Lower your foot to the ground and massage out your leg. Paying particular attention to your kneecap. Just go around the kneecap though, we don't want to move it. Round. Rub down your leg. Thigh. Let go ahead. Bring movement to the knee, back and forth. And then point, flex your foot. So we're bringing movement to the ankle. And draw circles with your toes. So we're rotating our ankle in a circle. You might hear snap, crackle, and pop. And then reverse direction. Center. Come back to our seated tree. And let's just see how our body feels now. Maybe around a cow and cat. Stretch out our back. If one feels better than the other, go ahead and spend a few minutes there, just lingering. Getting ready to move to the balance portion of today's practice. But before we do that, I want you to think about how your muscles help you come out of the chair. So in order to do that, we're going to start to rise from our chair, but we aren't completely going to do it on the first try. Go ahead and you can use your arms wherever you need to get out of the chair. On the arms, thighs, the side of the chair, however you need, whatever's the best way for you to get out of the chair. So go ahead and start thinking about coming up. Maybe even shift some of your weight forward so your weight is now on your feet. And you'll probably notice that still the back or the posterior side of your body, whose muscles are working to start help you raise out of the seat. But we're going to stop here. Just paid attention to what we needed to know with our feet and the posterior side of our body that's working the first part to help us rise out of the chair. So now we're going to examine that a little further. Go ahead, start to come out of the chair using your arms however you need to rise out of the chair. Your weight is pressed down into your feet and you're starting to come off the chair. Maybe even you take your weight out of the chair so that they're on your arms, and you'll notice the strength that's still holding you up is the posterior side. And if you were able to place some of your weight into your arms, they probably were also holding some of the weight to rise out of the chair. And now this third time, we're actually going to rise out of the chair. As you're rising out of the chair, notice when the weight shifts to the front side, the interior side of your body to help you rise up out of the chair. You never knew that it was so complicated to get out of the chair, did you? So what I want you to do is come behind the chair. We are in a standing pose right now. This is the chair yoga class. So you still got the chair in front of you that you can use for support and balance however you need to. If you need to put both hands fully on the back of the seat of the chair, that's fine. If you just want to use your fingertips to balance on the chair, that's fine. If you just want to use one or two fingers, that's fine too. But I want you to know that you've always got the chair in front of you to help you keep your balance. I'm going to step forward to the front of my chair, but you stay behind your chair, using it however you need to. And we're going to come into tree. So if you've had other yoga classes before, you might have seen the versions of tree, and you might have even felt a little intimidated by tree. I'm going to show you a very simple tree pose, and as soon as we take the weight into one foot and lift our other foot up off the ground, as soon as that foot is off the ground, we're in the tree pose. So I want you to think about that as we go ahead and get strong. I'm pressing down. My left foot is going to be my standing leg. So I'm rounding it into the floor, just like we did for our seated tree floor pose. The mound behind my big toe, the mound behind my little toe, and the center of my heel, and bending my right knee so that my toes are still on the ground, but it's kind of like a tripod right now. Go ahead and lift your foot off the floor, and as soon as your right foot is off the floor, you're in tree pose. And now we can use our arms to help balance ourselves. If you fall out of the pose, that's okay. Shake it off, ground your foot again, and come back in to the tree pose. And you'll notice that you might have a little bit of wobble. Don't fight the wobble. Go ahead and embrace the wobble, and that'll help make you more stable. So if you feel like you're moving side to side slightly, don't try to hold yourself still. Just move and slowly move yourself back to center. Come out of that pose and shake off your legs, shake out your legs. Now we're going to ground the opposite leg. So I'm grounding my right leg. I'm going to come to the toe of my left foot and then lift my left foot off the ground. The last thing that you can do to help keep your balance when you're in this pose is find a gazing point, or what's known as your drishti. Look forward and find some spot in front of you, probably forward and down, that isn't going to move. So I would not be me on your computer screen would not be a good thing to use as your drishti, because I do have some slight movement. Go ahead and come out of that pose. Walk your legs out. Remember, if you ever fall out of it, that's fine. Just shake your legs out. Come back into the pose. So now I'm moving back to my left side, grounding my left leg, coming to the toe of my right, using my arms for support wherever they need to go. Lifting my right foot off the ground and finding my drishti, or gazing point. Release that. One more time to the other side. So I'm getting strong in my right leg. Grounding my foot into the floor. Coming up on the left. Lifting my foot up off the floor. Good job. Go ahead and come out of the pose. Release that. Shake out your legs. And then come to the board of your seat and have a seat. back into your chair. I want you to get nice and comfortable as we prepare for a guided meditation. Bring movement to your legs, your ankles, your feet. And slowly settle your feet down to the floor. Let your legs feel heavy. Maybe press a little more back into the back of the chair. One last wiggle of your toes. One last movement of your ankle. And then bring stillness to your toes, your feet, your shins, your thighs. Your eyes can be closed or your gaze directed down, whichever you're most comfortable with. Pressing back into the back of the chair, move your shoulders, your arms, your wrists, and your fingers. And then bring stillness to where there's movement. Place your hands wherever they're comfortable, off to the side, in your lap, whatever is best for you today. Just bring stillness to your fingers, your wrists, your forearms, your elbows, your upper arms, and your shoulders. Relax your jaw. Relax your brow. Any tension might be holding. Pay attention to the breath coming in and going out of your body. Your breath is the only thing that matters right now. Your mind will bring you thoughts because that's what it does. That's what your brain does. But if you find your brain bringing you a thought, just say, I see you. Release that thought so it floats away like a cloud on a clear blue summer sky. Just come back to your breath. Don't try and change your breath. Just watching your breath come in and out of your body. In your time, begin to come back to the space. Keep your eyes closed, or your gaze downward for right now. Your fingers, move your toes, your wrists, feet, arms, legs. Ready? Slowly open your eyes. Make space May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you live with ease. Thank you for practicing today. Hope you feel more rested and relaxed than